In the heart of Umonyekwelu, a kingdom nestled between rolling hills and the sparkling Ezu River, Prince Ifediora stood at the center of a grand banquet hall. The air was thick with the aroma of roasted yams and peppered goat meat. Courtiers and nobles mingled, their colorful attires shimmering under the light of oil lamps. The banquet was a celebration, a gathering of the kingdom's most eligible maidens, handpicked by Queen Nneka herself to vie for the prince's affection. Each young woman was a vision of grace, their beaded hairstyle glinting like jewels. But Ifediora, tall and regal, with sharp eyes as that of an eagle, wore a look of impatience. "Mother," he whispered harshly as he approached the queen, "why must we go through this again? I have told you, I will marry when I find someone who truly stirs my soul." Queen Nneka's expression hardened. "And I have told you, Ifediora, a prince does not have the luxury of waiting for the stars to align. Your duty is to this kingdom, and this kingdom needs a queen." Ifediora sighed, his gaze sweeping over the room. The maidens were beautiful, yes, but none of them ignited the spark he yearned for. One maiden in particular, Chizoba, watched him from afar. Her heart ached as she saw his disinterest. She was one of the chosen few, her family proud to present her to the royal court. But Ifediora barely glanced her way. Still, Chizoba, with her quiet grace and intelligent eyes, held no bitterness. She admired the prince from a distance, silently hoping he would one day see her for who she truly was. Disillusioned by the banquet, Ifedora slipped out of the palace that evening, seeking solace by the Ezu River. The night was calm, the moon casting a silver glow over the water. As he approached the river bank, a melody drifted through the air, soft, alluring, and unlike anything he had ever heard. Drawn by the sound, Ifedora stepped closer. A woman stood at the water's edge, her figure bathed in moonlight. Her skin was as smooth as polished ebony, her hair cascading down her back like a waterfall. When she turned to face him, her eyes glimmered like stars, and her smiles were both innocent and wicked. "What brings you here, my prince?" she asked, her voice a symphony of sweetness. "I could ask you the same," Ifedora replied, mesmerized. "Who are you?" "Adanna," she said, bowing slightly, "a humble daughter of the river." In that moment, Ifedora felt as though the world had shifted. Nothing else mattered, only her. Days turned into weeks, and Ifedora became a shadow of his former self. His mind was consumed by thoughts of Adanna, spent every evening at the river, leaving his royal duties neglected. Adanna, however, was no ordinary woman. Beneath her enchanting exterior lay a dark secret. She was a mermaid, a siren cursed to lure men to their doom, feeding on their life force to sustain her own. But there was something different about Ifedora. For the first time in centuries, Adanna found herself drawn to a human, not out of hunger, but out of genuine fascination. Still, the cause that bound her was relentless, whispering in her mind that she must destroy him. When Ifediora started neglecting his duties, rumors began to spread across the palace and the village. Who has taken Ifediora's heart? Why does he always seem so lost? Why is it that none of the maidens have enchanted him? He seems to be a shadow of himself. This got the queen so worried. He called Ifediora to her chamber. "My son, I have heard the whispers from my maidens and the maids. It is growing deeper. Is there any maiden that have caught your eyes yet, that has made you to neglect your duties as the king, because you are definitely going to be a king someday?" Ifedora chuckled. He didn't want to raise the mother's hope high. "No, my queen, but I am working on something, and by the time I am done, you will be proud of me. I trust you, my son. I hope you do not make the mistake that you will regret. I truly wish to see the woman who has taken away your heart." Ifedora smiled at the mother and told the mother that he will bring her in no time. He left her chamber smiling inwardly, knowing that he has found love in the arms of Adanna, without knowing that Adanna was indeed a mermaid spirit. Chizoba, noticing Ifediora's growing distance, decided to act. She sought counsel from an elderly priestess known for her wisdom and connection to the spiritual realm. "The prince is in danger," the priestess said gravely. "The woman he loves is not of this world. She is a Mami Water, a siren who thrives on the destruction of men. If you care for him, you must be brave enough to face her." The priestess handed Chizoba a small pouch of sacred charms. "These will protect you. Use them wisely." One fateful evening, Adanna decided it was time. She lured Ifediora deeper into the forest, her song more intoxicating than ever. "Come with me, my prince," she whispered, leading him to the riverbank. "Let us join our souls forever." Ifediora, entranced, stepped closer to the water, but as Adanna prepared to reveal her true form and drag him into the depths, Chizoba appeared, clutching the sacred charms. "Release him," she commanded, her voice steady despite the fear coursing through her. Adanna hissed, her form shifting, her legs morphed into a gleaming tail, her eyes glowing in an airy green manner. "You dare challenge me, you daughter of a nobody?" The mermaid spoke in anger. Chizoba held her ground, reciting incantations taught by the priestess. The charm emitted a blinding light, forcing Adanna to retreat into the water with a scream of rage. When Ifediora awoke, he found himself in Chizoba's arm. For the first time, he saw her not as one of the maidens his mother had chosen, but as a woman who had risked everything to save him. You saved me," he said, his voice thick with emotion. Chizoba smiled softly. "I will do it again, my prince." In the weeks that followed, Ifediora's love for Chizoba blossomed. Her courage, kindness, and unwavering devotion captured his heart in a way nothing else ever mattered. Their wedding was the grandest in Umunyekwelu had ever seen, a celebration of love, loyalty, and redemption. As for Adanna, she vanished into the depths of the river, her mournful song echoing through the waters. Prince Ifediora and Queen Chizoba ruled Umunyekwelu with wisdom and compassion, their love a beacon of hope for the kingdom. And although the river's song still lingered, it served as a reminder of the strength it took to choose love over illusion and courage over fear. Prince Ifediora was everly grateful to Queen Chizoba for saving his life and vowed never to leave her side anymore. The tale spread wide and far. Everyone who heard the story was amazed how a young maiden could risk her life just to save the prince. True love, you may say. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please kindly click on the subscribe button. Also turn on your post notification so that whenever I upload any more interesting story, you'll be among the first to watch it. Thank you very much for watching and do have a lovely day ahead. Bye bye.